Okay, what is best way and means to do Islamic Dawah, Sheikh? First of all, you have to educate yourself. First of all, my brothers and sisters, like when I'm coming over here, believe me, there are so many things which I suppose if I have answered you and I was not completely, satisfied with the answer myself, then I would do the research myself. And sometimes, alhamdulillah, when I answer, sometimes it becomes one-side opinion. So I also studied the other opinions as well. Quran says that one of the four conditions to be successful in this life, you have to, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, that you have to make the da'wah of the truth and you have to have patience. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, كُنْتُمْ خَيْرَ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ تَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَتَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ, that you are the best of the nations and your duty, you are created for the humanity, to serve the humanity and to preach them the truth and stop them or warn them against the evil. So all these things are, mashallah, very clear in our religion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, وَجَادِلْهُمْ بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ, that you should, when you argue or debate with the people or give dawah to them, it should be in a nice way and in a academic way, in a decent way, in a very disciplined manner. Not abusing, not shouting, not cursing, not putting down somebody or insulting, or not even speaking like, I have seen some people, they even speak against their parents. They go to the lineage that your mother's is this, your father is that. That's against our Islam. Dawah should be in a decent way with the knowledge. And also we have to remember that the dawah should be based on the Quran and Sunnah. And if you are talking to the Hindus, talk from their books. Tell them that this is what your book says about the truth of Islam, which is not different than the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قُلْ يَا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ تَعَالَوْا إِلَى كَلِمَةٍ سَوَاءٍ بَيْنَنَا وَبَيْنَكُمْ أَلَّا نَعْبُدَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. So you have seen, mashallah, Dr. Zakir Naik, Hafidhullah, and Sheikh Ahmad Didad and other Brother Imran and all other scholars, mashallah, they have spoken about, different scriptures. So when you are talking about, don't talk about their personal things. If Hindu is talking to you about the religion, talk from his scripts if you have the knowledge. Or just stick to your book and tell them, okay, I don't know about your book, but this is what my book is saying. If you are talking to the Christians or the Jew, then talk from the Bible if you have the knowledge. Otherwise, learn from these scholars who have spoken and debated them. So that way, just stick to this discipline. That either you talk about Tawheed and don't talk about personal issues. Don't say you are, drinking the milk, the urine of the cow, or you are bowing down, or you are spreading urine of the cow on your food, or you are worshipping statues, or your God look like, monkey or elephant, and this. Don't go into those personal things. Oh, you see, you are worshipping Jesus and he doesn't even have the complete cloth on his body, and you are worshipping that person with less dress, or this kind of things, that will turn away or put off the people. So don't ever talk to them which are not concerned to our dawah. Our dawah should be from Quran and Sunnah and with the discipline. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the Quran, don't abuse their gods, they will abuse Allah. Now the other point of the dawah, your dawah should be starting from yourself. أَتَأْمُرُونَ النَّاسَ بِالْبِرِّ وَتَنْسَوْنَ أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ تَتْلُونَ الْكِتَابَ أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. That you are giving dawah to the people and forgetting yourself. Don't you have common sense? You are reading the book of Allah. So this verse was revealed about the Yahud in the past, that they were preaching people, but when it comes to their own life, they were going against their preaching. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that, and so Saf Allah is saying, كَبُرَ مَقْتًا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَن تَقُولُوا مَا لَا تَفْعَلُونَ. That يا أيها الذين آمنوا لما تقولون ما لا تفعلون كبر مقتا عند الله أن تقولوا ما لا تفعلون. That oh believers, what's wrong with you people? You tell people to do this and that, and when it comes to yourself you don't do that. This is the most hated thing in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Most disgusting, most disliked thing to Allah, when you say something which you don't act accordingly. So that's the reason, alhamdulillah, we have to remember that. Dawah is that you start from yourself. And then also be prepared. that if, like, mashallah, if you people are listening to me, and if you have a knowledge, proper knowledge of deen, alhamdulillah, and if you found that I made mistake or I forgot to say something clearly, then you can correct me. This is dawah. This is dawah, alhamdulillah. So this is the first thing. You start dawah from yourself. Then you start dawah with your parents if they are alive. Like Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was preaching his parents first before he went out. Rasul started preaching his own relatives first. وَأَنذِرْ عَشِيرَتَكَ الْأَقْرَبِينَ. That, O Muhammad preach give the dawah to your relatives, your close people. So Prophet went to Khadija. He gave dawah to her. He went to his all daughters. All the daughters of Rasulullah became Muslim. He went to Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman and Ali. Not Umar generally, but Uthman was his friend. Abu Bakr was his friend. And Rasulullah gave the dawah to them and they accepted. So mashallah, this is the first, priority. You should, like I give dawah mashallah all over UK, internationally as well. But when it comes to the dawah work, I start with my family first. I take them with me in my car wherever I have got the lectures and conferences. I even tell them and sit with them and tell them, listen to the audios that I have done or videos that I have done. So this is my dawah to my children first. Then you should start giving dawah to all your friends and all your contacts in a nice way, not like every time you see somebody is doing wrong and you start attacking them. No, you have to see the people when they are not in a mood to take the deen or they are not in the mood to take your advice, then don't do that, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the Quran, that, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when people are having disputes amongst the Quran while they are learning, then they should change their environment, they should change their gathering, they should change their discussion. Same thing in the hadith also. Prophet said, when you are learning a deen and when you are disputing with each other, then change your condition and environment.